At this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for deification and remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let us pray. Lord, thank you for this beautiful day you blessed us with. Thank you for letting us come out here and play this great game of basketball. We ask that you keep all participants in today's game safe, and we honor you with everything you do. In your precious name, amen. And now, let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Warriors. At guard, number 4, Casey Howard. At guard, number 5, Jessica Sparks. At center, number 15, Noelle Van Zazel. At guard, number 20, Brianna Richardson. And at guard, number 32, Anissa Williams. The head coach of the Warriors is Mr. John David. He is assisted by Derek Forrester and graduate assistant Shelby Gilbert. And now let's make some noise for your North Greenville Crusaders. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Woodstock, Georgia, number 11, Kylie Schmidt. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Mount Airy, North Carolina, number 12, Ayano Sheldon. Forward, a 5'10" sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 14, Karen Donahue. At point guard, a 5'4" freshman from Greenville, South Carolina, number 21, Savannah Hughes. And at forward, a 6-foot junior from Inglewood, Tennessee, number 25, Elizabeth Tringham. Head coach of the Crusaders in his first season is Mr. Willis Holiday. His assisted by guard coach Angel McGowan and coach Tyler Horn.
Hello and welcome into another women's basketball game here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Tonight, North Greenville's women's team taking on Southern Wesleyan University, the Warriors. Warriors here in action. 3-9 on the season, 2-4 in the conference. North Greenville half game back, 3-10, 2-4 in the conference. We're just about ready to get it tipped off. Southern Wesleyan wins the tip right off the draw. That's number 32, Anisha Williams, passing off the top of the arc. A little slow play to start. Here now, number 20, Brianna Richardson. Staring down Kylie Schmidt, drives out, passes out. Finds it the corner, and that shot is off for number 5, Jessica Sparks. And North Greenville back on the rush. Karen Donahue now with it, hands off to Savannah Hughes. Savannah Hughes to the hoop, fouled. And foul's called on the floor. Now Chandra Young, number 12, passing in. Savannah Hughes, top of the arc, passes off to Kylie Schmidt. Schmidt drives up the lane, finds Donahue right on the line. Donahue with it, double teamed. Passes out to Hughes. Hughes. Call for the travel. Just a minute in, no points on the board yet. North Greenville going the press. Southern Wesleyan breaking out, and the three's taken. Number 5, Jessica Sparks, that's good for the first points on the board, 3-0. Now North Greenville quick on offense. Schmidt passes under and finds Trenum under the basket for 2. North Greenville still in the press. Long 2, rattles out. Rebounded, bounced around. Hughes comes up with it. Now Hughes up to Schmidt. And Schmidt blocked. Southern Wesleyan now running back up the court. Brandon Richardson finds it. Anisha Williams under the basket, and she's stuffed by Elizabeth Trenum. Pass out to the arc. Quick rush in by number 5, Sparks. 2 more on the board for the Warriors. Now Hughes running point. Good screen by Trenum. The roll can't come off the glass. Warriors rebound and rush back up the court. Sparks with it. Bounced all around. A long 3 taken by number 20, Brianna Richardson's good.
SWU getting off to a hot start here in Tigerville.
Yeah, Alan Ellis and Alan Cahaley here on the call tonight.
It's probably been the first time in about 2 years I've commentated basketball, so.
Have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
Travel called on Trenum right there. And Alan, North Greenville can't seem to find the rhythm here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, both teams have struggled a bit so far this season. North Greenville coming off a pretty one-sided loss to Limestone. Looked good at times in the game, but was just overpowered by the Saints.
Right there, Richardson scores another 2. And funny enough, the Warriors here of Southern Wesleyan defeated Limestone in overtime just 2 games ago before taking a loss to Converse. Timeout's called on the floor.
Yeah, it's definitely SWU's win of the year thus far, and unless they upset somebody else, that'll probably be the case for the entire season.
Yeah, and that's just one of those strange instances where you knock off a major team, knock off the team now second in the conference behind Belmont Abbey, but then take a quick loss to Converse, who's towards the bottom of the standings. But right here, 7:13 remaining in the first. Warriors leading 10-2. Right here on the North Greenville Sports Network. And here we see Limestone sitting at 11-3, 6-1 in the conference. Right behind Belmont Abbey, who has 1 less win, but 1 more win in conference. Now, this match right here between the 7 and the 8, Southern Wesleyan and North Greenville, 3-9 and 3-10 on the season. But several other marquee matchups coming up tonight between Barton, Mount Olive playing a match. King and Lee's also playing a match. And Limestone and Converse also taking to the floor tonight. And North Greenville here, trying to find some action out of the timeout. Quick passes around the arc. Hughes with it now. Shelton with it. Shelton finds Hughes. Hughes runs the baseline and rattles in and out before Southern Wesleyan can come up with it. Now back up the floor. Before Casey Howard runs to the baseline, finds Sparks out there. We're finding a few more. And a 3 by number 20, Richardson again. Blasting to an 11-point lead for the Warriors.
Southern Wesleyan picking up right where they left off after the timeout.
And that's not something that North Greenville wants to see. Now Schmidt tries to bounce a pass off a Warrior. No one baited by it.
Yeah, she was expecting somebody to come up to get that and maybe set her up for a layup, but there was nobody there to get it.
And a couple subs coming in for the Crusaders. Diana Saunders and Cameron Carter subbing into the game. And last time we were here on the home floor, Cameron Carter had probably the game of the last season and a half.
Yeah, she's North Greenville's biggest threat at the three-point line, and she's going to have a good game today.
Tipped around and out of bounds. Still going Southern Wesleyan's way. Now Carter tips that pass out of bounds. Casey Howard trying to find Williams in the corner. But we set up again with 13 on the shot clock. Richardson passes off to Sparks. Her three is no good. Picked up by Saunders. Saunders up to Carter. Carter for three. Too strong. Picked up by Karen Donahue. Off the glass and rebounded by Southern Wesleyan. Now Richardson, the floater is no good. Picked up by Carter on the rebound. Carter gives off to Karen Donahue. Hard screen. Ball's loose. Fought for. Gonna call a backcourt violation.
I don't know about that. It looked like she had both feet on the right side of the court, but the official decided otherwise. It was close.
If I'm not mistaken, what matters is the ball itself on a backcourt violation, and that might have just crossed the line.
That was close as well. Not what North Greenville was looking for.
Not having a whole lot of success so far. Only one field goal made through the first 5 minutes. Now Sparks with it. Blocked and taken by Donahue. North Greenville on the fast break. 3-on-1, bounce pass up to Shelton. Shelton in and good. Now Richardson. Hands off. And that one's blocked. Tatiana Mahone. And now Donahue with it. Her three. Not strong enough. Picked up on the rebound. Now Donahue again. Back to Shelton. Shelton takes a long two. That one's too strong. Picked up by Mahone. Mahone out to Richardson. Off to Sparks. And fought for between Williams and Saunders. It looks like it's going to go out of bounds in Southern Wesleyan's favor. Richardson taking a seat now in favor of number 12, Shonda Young. And that inbound is picked off by Saunders. 2-on-2 for the Crusaders. Pass off to Shelton. Shelton with a charge.
Yeah, I mean, overall so far, North Greenville's playing good basketball physically, but just can't get the shots to go in right now. They've had several steals, had several offensive rebounds as well, just not going in the basket.
And that's something Coach Willis Holiday's got to be frustrated with.
But at the same time, if you're the Warriors, you got to take advantage of it while you can.
Now blocked again, but fouled. Zanisha Williams. That shooting foul will send her to the line.
Yeah, Southern Wesleyan's been stuck on 13 points for a little while, so both teams struggling a little bit right now.
First free throw's in and good. Now Tiana Sherman checks into the game for the Warriors. Second free throw is good. And Denisha Hall also checking into the game. Now North Greenville going to have to try and find an answer here. Already down 11 early. Saunders down to Brazil. And that one rattles in and out. But the offensive putback is good. Put two more on the board for North Greenville.
Yeah, that's thanks to another offensive rebound.
And Southern Wesleyan here with it once again. Young. Tries to pass under.
And almost another steal.
Well, just a bit of a height discrepancy there between Tatiana Mahone and Brazil for North Greenville. Now Southern Wesleyan off on the floater. North Greenville picks up the rebound. Pass up to Karen Donahue all alone. Now met by the defense. Saunders with it at the top of the key. Back to Donahue. Donahue out to Carter. Carter. Passing off. North Greenville off again. Brazil with it. Off to Carter. Back to Donahue for three. And that's good.
That's what they need. If Karen Donahue heats up, look out Warriors.
Yeah, easily been the best player for North Greenville. A real floor general of sorts. Saunders fighting for it on the ground. A travel called. And number 12, Chandra Young.
For the Warriors, number 15, Noel Van Zalhoff.
Number 15, Noel Van Zandelhoff. Checking back into the game. Now Saunders drives up the lane, passes out to Donahue. Donahue does much the same. Floater's too strong, picked up by Brazil. Brazil gets out to Stoddard. Stoddard's for three, too strong. And picked up on the rebound by Hall. Hall staring down Donahue, goes right around, but travels. And Stoddard passes in. Saunders racing up the court, past the defense, off the glass and in, coast to coast. Now North Greenville finding a run of their own. Now Hall. Giving off to Zadeloff. Back to Hall. Finding Young. Young off the glass, but does not find the roll. Saunders with the rebound. Gives off to Karen Donahue. Finds Stoddard at the top of the key. Stoddard loses it off her own leg. It looks like it bounced by Hall on the way out. Now Carter with the inbound. Off to Saunders. Good screen by Donahue. But a charge called on Saunders. Tiana Sherman hit the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't look like either team will be in the bonus this quarter. That was only North Greenville's third foul, and Southern Wesleyan only has one.
And that's something to keep track of. Both teams that have played in this gym, opposition and home, have all seen trouble with foul calls this season at Hayes Gymnasium.
Well, that'll be North Greenville's fourth.
Looks like the second on Saunders. Free throws in and good for Young. Junior guard from not very far away, Clemson, South Carolina.
That's right by Central.
Now Saunders. Finds Stoddard in the corner. Stoddard steps in and takes a long two. Bounces off the rim and out. It just seems like Coach Holliday going for a more distant-oriented attack. Stoddard not normally seeing this much floor time in a game, let alone the first quarter. And with Carter and Donahue both out there as well. Now Southern Wesleyan finds Zadeloff. And that's going to be whistled for over the back on number 5, Jessica Sparks. Only the second foul of the first quarter for the Warriors. And Sparks is going to take a seat in favor of Casey Howard. Saunders passes off. That's Rogers back out to Brazil, to Rogers. Double dribble. Now Hall with it. Staring down Saunders, already sitting on 2 fouls, going to have to play a little lighter. On Sherman. Sherman races under, passes out to Hall in the corner. Hall racing under, passes back out, finds Howard. Back to Hall. Hall from deep, too much. Offensive rebound, up and no good as well on the second one. And now after 1, Southern Wesleyan leading 17-11 here in Hayes Gymnasium. North Greenville trailing here on the North Greenville Sports Network. We'll be right back with more action right after this. Just about ready to get the second quarter underway here. Southern Wesleyan taking the first quarter 17-11. Saunders here will receive the inbound for North Greenville to get the second quarter underway. Carter from 3 early in the shot clock. Offensive rebound by Brazil and sent back off the glass. Now Richardson finds Zadaloff, back to Richardson. Howard, floater is up and no good. And Saunders finds it on the corner without taking that out of bounds. Saunders, up to Rogers, up to Donahue, back to Rogers. And Richardson tips it up, trying to tightrope the sideline on a steal. Unsuccessful. Rogers. Into Hughes, off to Carter. Donahue, Carter, and now Hughes again, and Hughes' pass is tipped out of bounds. No tip, actually. Southern Wesleyan picks it up. Richardson to Williams. And that pass is into Mahone and off, but now North Greenville finds the rebound and is back. Rogers to Donahue. Now Rogers at the top of the key. Rogers deep for 3, just off. Now Richardson staring down Hughes with 2 fouls already. Brazil back to Hughes on the rebound, now up to Donahue. Ran into, under the basket, finds Carter up for the open 3, too strong. Saunders picks up the rebound. Hughes. Donahue right there. Takes the shot, misses just slightly. Now North Greenville, once down 11, now only down 4. Now Williams. And that foul is going to be called on Donahue as Mahone went up for the shot.
Yeah, so far, main 2 differences in the game. North Greenville's had plenty of second chance opportunities, but haven't been able to really take advantage of them. Just 4 second chance points. Meanwhile, Southern Wesleyan has scored 9 points off turnovers.
And those are some numbers North Greenville's going to have to corral if they want to come in. And now, Coach Holliday trying a little different offense here. Some players we don't normally see at home. Natalie Averett, the freshman out of Warner Robins, Georgia, checking in for the Crusaders. Rogers to Donahue. Donahue finds Carter in the corner for 3. Too strong again. Now Richardson picks up the rebound. And that pass is tipped and stolen. Now North Greenville with numbers. Donahue spins through the defense and is up and good. Richardson. Pass off to Mahone, back to Williams. Finds Edelhoff. Spins right off, but the pass and the shot not in and good. Schmidt with it now. To Rogers for 3, open. Just a little short. Now Donahue with it after the offensive rebound. Rogers short again. Averett didn't come down with that one. Now Williams, too strong. North Greenville goes straight up on the block right there. Howard still on the floor. North Greenville having a chance. Donahue for 2 is good. That'll force a timeout. Coach John Davis of the Warriors, in his 8th season, calling one for his Warrior squad. Now all of a sudden, North Greenville on a run, threatening to take the lead for the first time in the entire game.
Yeah, with that shot by Karen Donahue, NGU's field goal percentage now above 30.8% to be exact. Southern Wesleyan continues to struggle, 21.7%. But from 3-point territory, Southern Wesleyan's had a pretty good day so far, 3 of 7. That's a 42.9 percentage. North Greenville 1 of 10, 10%.
A lot of that's coming off of shots from Rogers and Carter that have been too strong. North Greenville finds their rhythm from beyond the arc. It's going to be dangerous for this Warriors squad.
So far, Karen Donahue leading the Crusaders in points. No big surprise there, but 7 points for her. Then for Southern Wesleyan, Brianna Richardson leading with 8.
Both guards playing point, leading scorers for their teams so far. But it's going to be a key to find out who involves their team more throughout this act.
Meanwhile, here on the North Greenville campus, move-in day was yesterday. So everybody, all the students getting settled back in.
Yeah, first day of classes was today. So why not end that with a nice doubleheader here against Southern Wesleyan?
Yeah, good to see the cheerleaders back, the band's back. More people in the stands, I would say.
Yeah, a little hard to get people in here in December.
Yeah, in the middle of winter break.
Yeah. That shot's up and no good for the Warriors and tipped out by Howard. Richardson went in and out with it. Now North Greenville with a chance to take the lead. Now Rogers running the point. Off to Shelton. Shelton down to Averett. Gonna get called for a travel. Now Richardson back up the floor. Tough to keep passing out. Finds Sparks from beyond the arc. Sparks to Howard. Howard drives through the lane, but the shot's too strong off the glass. Fought for by Averett. And a foul is going to be called on Zadeloff.
And she doesn't like it.
Could have made a case for a jump ball, but only had one hand on it. And Rogers got caught with a foot, had to pass off. Donahue now at the point. Gonna be a foul whistled on the floor. Looks like against Richardson. Now looks like it's away from the ball. Tiana Sherman. Donahue for 3. Slightly off. Averett with the offensive rebound, spins, and her shot's up and good. And Richardson to Williams. Warriors down for the first time in the ball game. Williams stares down the defense. Is fouled by Shelton. 2 shots coming up.
Both teams now with two fouls apiece.
And the Warriors may not have gotten the bonus in the first quarter, but they did go to the line 3 times on shooting fouls.
Yeah, they made the most out of them now with Southern Wesleyan 6 of 7 in free throws. North Greenville has not yet attempted one.
No fouls on the shot yet, and the Warriors haven't put North Greenville in the bonus yet either. And just like that, Williams takes the lead back for the Warriors. Bree Stoddard comes back into the game for Averett. Donahue up to Saunders. Back to Donahue. Gonna have to get across the line, and Will Schmidt finds Rogers. Shelton, that is, actually off the glass. Richardson picks up the rebound. Now Sparks finds it in the corner. Foot on the line. And that one's good. The ruler just beyond the line for 3. Quick pick and play action. Travel called though. That was a great passing offense North Greenville had going there. No dribbles. Got it all the way down the court and found Donahue under the basket, but travels. Richardson finds Mahone. Mahone finally gets one to pay off the glass. Now Saunders looking for the quick response. Saunders back to Schmidt. Schmidt, no good. And you're going to have to wonder why Saunders didn't go ahead and take that shot. Had a wide open lane to the basket. Sparks finds Mahone. Mahone, her shot's too strong. Now Donahue. Could be called for a charge. Williams coming off for Young on the Warriors side. Richardson. Finds Sparks for 3. Hit from there earlier. Misses this time. Picked up by North Greenville, but stolen away by Sherman. And her shot's no good. Now Sherman's going to be called for the foul on the rebound.
That'll be her first.
Now Hughes. Staring down the defense. Gets blocked. Now the Warriors have numbers. But they're quickly caught up to by North Greenville. Mahone through the defense. Fouled. Looks like the foul's going to be on the floor before the shot. No, they're calling the shot good, and this shall be an and 1.
Fouls on Kylie Schmidt, her first.
Now Carter subbing back into the game for Shelton. Mahomes and 1 is no good. Now Karen Donahue Trying to drive through. Spins off and finds it.
That's a nice move. That's what North Greenville needs more of out of her. Just got to be careful not to commit an offensive foul.
She's already been whistled for that once. Mahone to Richardson. Off to Sparks. Fakes a pass. Back to Richardson. Down into Spark. Tight ropes the sideline. That shot from Mahone is no good, but picked up on the rebound by Carter. Rips it away from Southern Wesleyan. Carter to Saunders. Saunders passing out to Donahue. Donahue's three is good. Donahue finding some success from long range. Richardson off to Mahone. Mahone too strong off the glass again. Fourth or fifth time they've tried that play. Not to too much success. Stoddard fakes a three, passes in to Schmidt. Schmidt's shot is low. Picked up on the rebound by Southern Wesleyan. Now Richardson running back up the floor. Finds Sparks. Breaks Karen Donahue's ankles right there, but the shot is no good. Carter finds Stoddard. Stoddard for three. Just short. Sherman. Up to Young. Back to Richardson. Sparks, that is, actually. Now to Richardson. Back to Mahone. Finds Young. That pass is too far, but picked up by Richardson on the other side. Back to Mahone. Stares up Kylie Schmidt. Doesn't go her way. Cameron Carter now up the floor. It's tipped away by the Southern Wesleyan defense.
It's all just going back and forth right now.
And that shot's off the glass for Mahone.
Whoa.
Now, bad pass. Gonna whistle that one on the line. And Coach Willis Holiday not happy with his North Greenville squad. It's one of those weird plays.
Yeah, I think both coaches are a little frustrated right now. Neither team is sitting back and trying to come up with the play. They're just kind of trying to get these fast breaks, and they are not resulting in points.
We haven't seen a drawn-up play in probably 3-4 minutes. Now Holiday sitting down Donahue and a few of the other starters. And that's noteworthy. Donahue averaging 40, right at 40 minutes a game, 39.1.
Now Cameron Carter will be charged with the foul.
And this is something she's had problems with in the past.
And that does put SWU in the bonus.
For the next 37 seconds. But a lot can happen in that time frame. Sherman's first shot is good. Now Williams giving Richardson a well-deserved rest right here on a substitution. Second shot is no good for Sherman, but tipped out and out of bounds.
Took a second to decide for sure who the ball was going to, but they did say North Greenville.
Now Hughes running the point once again. Hands off to Carter. Hands back off to Schmidt. Finds Trenum under the basket. Passes off. And that shot is no good for Shelton. And Trenum with the offensive rebound puts it back up, and an and one coming up for number 25. And it's good.
Let's see what the Warriors decide to do here. They can play for the final shot, or they can try for another fast break. I think we're going to see them try to draw up a play here.
Richardson running out the clock. Now under 10. Now with 6 on the clock, passes off to Sparks. Sparks, shot is no good. and will bounce out of bounds with 2:10 on the clock.
I think North Greenville's just going to pass it in, let the clock go. Yep.
And that will bring the first half to a close. Southern Wesleyan leading 28-27 over North Greenville here in Hayes Gymnasium. And we'll be right back with some stats and some updates for other games around the league right here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Stick with us. And welcome back in here to halftime on the North Greenville Sports Network. Southern Wesleyan leading North Greenville 28-27 in the women's game. As you can see, the men's teams for North Greenville and Southern Wesleyan taking to the court for some pregame warm-ups before their match a little later on tonight. Just a few numbers to go over in this match before we start the second half. North Greenville being led by Karen Donahue's 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, a solid 50%. And then Southern Wesleyan led by several different players, Sparks with 8, Richardson with 8, and Mahone with 5. And just a couple of people to watch in the second half and for the rest of the season for that matter. North Greenville's Karen Donahue, second in the conference in points per game with 20.5, already only 8 away from reaching that mark. And then number 5, Jessica Sparks. Someone to watch out for on the Southern Wesleyan sideline. 5th in the conference in three-point field goal percentage with 41.8%. Just some things to watch out for in the second half. North Greenville 32.4% from the field to Southern Wesleyan's 21.6%, but that's all made up for from beyond the three-point line. Southern Wesleyan 4 of 11 for 36.4%. North Greenville 2 of 14 for 14.3%. Free throws 8 of 11 for Southern Wesleyan, 1 of 1 for North Greenville. Didn't see much action from the line at all, aside from that and one Elizabeth Trenham had towards the end of the first half. Rebounding numbers, North Greenville plus 15 on the boards, 36-21, but losing the turnover margin 13-5. Southern Wesleyan had the biggest lead of 11. North Greenville's biggest lead was 1 in the first half. So, gonna have a lot more to look forward to in the second half of action coming up here shortly, just about 5 minutes away here on the North Greenville Sports Network. And just about ready to get the second half underway here in Hayes Gymnasium. North Greenville trailing 28-27 here to start the third quarter. And Southern Wesleyan will get the inbound to start.
Yeah, few stats real quick. North Greenville with a 32.4 field goal percentage, 14.3 three-point field goal percentage. Southern Wesleyan 21.6 field goal percentage, but a 36.4 three-point field goal percentage.
Right there, Jessica Sparks puts in the first two of the second half and tagged it in halftime. Jessica Sparks 5th in the conference in three-point field goal percentage, shooting just over 40% from beyond the arc.
And with that last shot, she now leads SWU in points with 10. Brianna Richardson is second on the team with 8. For North Greenville, Karen Donahue leads with 12 points, and we were talking about it during the halftime. There's no other Crusader with more than 5 points on the team. Elizabeth Trenum, who's only been on the court for a few minutes, has the second most amount of points for the Crusaders with 5.
And 3 of those were on a three-point play off an and one. Now Donahue comes up with it, racing up the court, passes off to Carter. Carter from downtown, too strong off the arc. Williams comes up with it. Carter still 0 from the field. Now Richardson gives off to Howard. Howard bounces off a block, but a foul is going to be called. Looks like they're going to whistle Karen Donahue for that one. Or rather, Cameron Carter picks up the foul, her second. The second shot is good after the first one rolls out. Now Savannah Hughes tries to split the defense, finds a floater off the left side of the rim. Picked up by Zettelhoff. Now Sparks with it from beyond the arc. Donahue playing tough defense, but now finds her under the arc and picked up off a steal by Trenum. And now Donahue all alone and off the glass and in for the first point of the second half for North Greenville. Richardson looking for the answer. Williams with it. Howard calls for it under the basket, doesn't get the pass. Richardson now staring at the top of the arc. Back out to Howard. Howard rolls off. You whistle for a foul. Natalie Averett checking back into the game. Several freshmen seeing the floor tonight. Savannah Hughes, Kathleen Rogers, both seen action tonight. And that shot's in and good. Tied up at 31. Richardson off to Williams. Williams gives off to Howard, back to Zettelhoff. Back to Williams in the corner. Her three is off. And that's going to be out of bounds off Averett. Sparks inbounds, finds Zettelhoff. Pass is tipped, but finds Sparks beyond the arc. Too strong. Averett coming up with the rebound, finding Carter. Down the arc. North Greenville on the attack. Hughes, Donahue from downtown. Now Richardson trying to find an answer for the team in blue. Williams passes off to Sparks. And she heats up from beyond the arc. Foot on the line, actually. Be whistled as a 2. Now Carter wide left on that one.
Yeah, Carter's struggling a bit right now.
Still yet to find points in this second half. An offensive foul whistled against Williams.
Number 32, Anicia Williams with a foul. Her second.
Anissa Williams' second foul of the game. And she'll take a seat on the bench with Zadelhoff and Howard. Donahue. Finds Shelton. Shelton off the left hand and off the glass, right off the window. North Greenville out to their biggest lead of the night. Richardson trips and falls. No foul called. Hughes up with it. Stuffed, but a jump ball called. The arrow points North Greenville's way.
Jump ball.
And Allen, North Greenville starting to find a little bit of spark on offense here.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are shooting better so far in this second half. See if they can keep it up.
Donahue off the rim and in. Really showing out as the leader she is for this North Greenville team. Southern Wesleyan going to have to find some defense on number 14. Now North Greenville picks up the rebound. Hughes on the sideline. Passes out to Carter. But a travel's called before the pass.
Yeah, it took one extra step before the bump there, and that's a good call. Be coming up on a media timeout in just a little bit.
Closing in on it. And Southern Wesleyan's going to be looking forward to that break. Only scored 5 points so far. Southern Wesleyan finds the basket with number 21, Tiana Sherman. Now Carter. Running some offense here. Tries to find Saunders between two players, but it's picked off by Southern Wesleyan. The fast break down the floor is up and in. Jessica Sparks. Saunders looking to retaliate. Brings it into Donahue. Donahue off the glass and in.
Donahue's heating up.
When she heats up, it's hard to defend her. Now open in the corner. It's Young and her shot's off. Donahue picks up the rebound. That's going to be a foul on Young.
That'll bring us to the media timeout.
Foul by number 12. Her second.
It's going to be the second one on Young.
And for the Crusaders, number 11.
And that'll bring us to the first media timeout of the third quarter. North Greenville swiping a lead away from the Warriors, 40-37 here early in the second half. We'll be right back with more action here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Third quarter, North Greenville with a 40-37 lead here and the ball. Now Schmidt with it. Blocked but picked up by Brazil. Brazil finds Stoddard somehow in the corner. Saunders passes out, finds Rogers. Rogers runs in. Floater is good.
That's a nice play. Took what the defense gave her.
Not forcing shots. Things are starting to work out for the Crusader side. Now Mahone giving up to Sparks. Back to Richardson, finds Mahone. Mahone, no look pass back out. And that shot will be fouled. Tiana Sherman heading to the line. Reese Stoddard whistled for her second of the game. Shooters roll off the front rim. Southern Wesleyan continuing their good night from the stripe. This time off the back iron and back in. That one's good as well. Now Saunders stuffed on the pass and picked off. Southern Wesleyan, no one up ahead for Sherman. Sherman is off. Offensive rebound by Williams. Now they'll set up. The shot taken there is off as well.
That's tough for the Warriors not to end up with points there.
Now they're gonna have another shot at it. Williams comes out of the pile.
Yeah, they're stepping up their defense though.
Now Mahone, not strong enough. A little too much that time. Brazil coming up with the rebound. Saunders off to Stoddard. Comes off the defense and is blocked by Mahone. But picked up offensively. Rogers from beyond the arc. Too strong. Tip by Mahone. And will pick up the rebound. Both teams fighting back and forth. Outside of an 11-point early lead from Southern Wesleyan, been fairly close across the board. Now Hall takes a shot. It's off and rebounded by Bree Stoddard. Bree Stoddard finds Brazil. She just waits out the defense. Up and in for Bailey Brazil. Both teams stacking subs at the scorer's table. North Greenville trying to get their #1 scoring player, Catherine Donahue, back in the game. Hall passes into Mahone. Mahone bounces off Brazil, but it's rebounded by Rogers after the shot's no good. Stoddard from long range. Off the shot clock, dead ball.
And for the Crusaders, number 14, Karen Donahue.
You never know. Had the right roll. It's going right back towards the rim, just a little too high off the bounce. Can't always have those circus shots. Now Southern Wesleyan back up the floor. Richardson finds Zadelhoff. Mid-range is no good. Donahue with the rebound. Finds Hughes. Back out to Rogers. Rogers splitting the defense. Back to Hughes. Foot on the line. Now Richardson back. Over the defense. Blocked from behind. Zadeloff blocked by Brazil. Donahue racing up the court. Swiped at by Howard. Is missed. Brazil somehow comes up with it. And the three from Rogers is good. They left her all alone. Now Southern Wesleyan looking for the answer. Blocked at the rim. The foul called under. Head coach John Davis not happy. And it looks like he just got teched up.
It sounded like he was saying that one of his players got taken out. That's what it sounded like.
Regardless of the result, 2 tech free throws coming up here, and Donahue nails them both.
All of a sudden, North Greenville up by 10.
And for the Crusaders, number 41,
Yeah, with
Natalie.
North Greenville's field goal percentage now up to 40.4%. But then SWU has dropped down to 21.4.
And North Greenville has been out shooting them all night. Just Southern Wesleyan's been good from beyond the arc. As North Greenville's 3 is no good, but picked up on the offensive rebound. Now in the corner, that one's good from Kathleen Rogers. Her second in a row. Now Richardson giving off to Casey Howard with a foul under the basket.
Fouls off number 41,
Natalie Averett, the freshman center, getting called for the foul. 10 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Richardson takes the shot, and that one rattles in.
Much needed point for the Warriors.
Now Donahue gives up to Hughes. A little too much time, maybe. Hughes takes the shot and just misses. As Richardson hits the floor.
Yeah, just all of a sudden might have rolled her ankle.
Didn't look too good off the block. Tried to roll off a screen and hit the floor.
Yeah, it looked like she was just going back a little bit and just all of a sudden fell. I don't know. They're not looking at her feet though.
Might have just hit her head on the ground, but regardless, that's a big player for Southern Wesleyan, laying right at the free throw stripe. And while she gets attended to, we'll take the break between the third and the fourth quarters and bring you back with some action. 10 more minutes here. North Greenville leading 52-41 right here on the North Greenville Sports Network. And welcome back here to the North Greenville Sports Network. Crusaders leading 52-41. Here, just about to get ready to start the fourth quarter, but story going on right now. Number 20, Brianna Richardson, with a hard fall to the ground right there to end the third quarter. And Alan, we just reviewed the footage, and not a pleasant outing, to say the least, on what it was.
No, she basically ran into a wall. It was a legal screen and some incidental contact. I believe her face might have gotten elbowed there.
It just seemed like she spun off trying to follow a play, ended up running into Averett's elbow right there to end the third quarter, but she's up and good now. but I wouldn't be surprised to see John Davis sit her on the bench here to start the fourth quarter. And that will be the case as he'll sub in number 12, Chandra Young.
And she's getting a concussion protocol down there right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
And the shot clock didn't start right there to begin the quarter. So we'll just put 1 second back on and try again. There we go. Now Williams got us set into an impromptu point guard role, and that's going to be a tough play for Southern Wesleyan without Richardson on the floor. Now North Greenville, Karen Donahue finds Schmidt and Hughes. Back to Schmidt, back to Donahue for three, is good. Number 14, nothing but net. Now time to see what Williams can do from the point. Hasn't had to do that the entire game. Sparks just short off Averett's arm and out of bounds.
Yeah, at this point, you can just tell by that shot, Southern Wesleyan just trying to get anything going right now.
Already struggling from the field for the majority of the game, but Richardson's been the one that sparked the offense.
Down by 14, they can't really afford to sit back and wait for their shots. They just got to get something, but there's a start. An offensive rebound that results in points.
Yeah, Howard comes up with the rebound, picked up by Williams and sent back in. Now need a defensive stop here. Karen Donahue finding Averett. Averett, a little too strong, picked up by Howard and fouled from behind by Kylie Schmidt. Kathleen Rogers, the one whistled for the foul. Ball was fought with by Kylie Schmidt. Now Southern Wesleyan, Zadeloff with an underhanded shot, but fouled on it.
Foul by number 41. That'll be Avery, her second.
Yeah, the Warriors have a chance to cut the deficit down to 10, so it's a good start. Still have a long way to go, but still plenty of basketball left. But not a good start. Misses the first free throw.
They've been fairly good from beyond the arc so far this game. At the line, however. Now Donahue picks up the rebound after the second one is missed as well. Donahue, floater is no good. Averett tips it out, and now fought with jump ball will go North Greenville's way. Schmidt's inbound is intercepted by Casey Howard. Will slow up and just let the team run ahead of her. Passes out to Williams. Been playing shooting guard most of the night, now forced into a point guard role. Williams passing to Zadeloff. Well intended, but too strong.
For the Crusaders, number 12, Ayanna Shelton.
Ayanna Shelton subbing in for Kylie Schmidt.
And for the Warriors, number 10,
Tatiana Mahone
Tiana Mahone.
coming in for Noella Ben Zadeloff. Now Hughes finds a lane to the basket, but is blocked by Young. And now Williams with a Euro step is blocked, but fouled. We're gonna whistle Ayanna Shelton, just subbed into the game for that one.
Foul by number 12, Ayanna Shelton, her third team.
Third foul on number 12 for North Greenville.
And for the Crusaders, number 23, Tiana Saunders, number 32, Cameron Carter.
First shot is in and good. Just some things to look over here on the stat sheet. Karen Donahue, the entirety of the offense for North Greenville, 26 points from the field. No player aside from her has more than 6. See what they can do here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, North Greenville, I mean, there's no real secret to North Greenville's success. If you stop Karen Donahue, you have a pretty good chance. But, you know, at times, we've seen other players play very well at times. Cameron Carter, when she's on, she can have big games. Always a threat from the three-point line.
Yeah, loose ball fought for right there. Results in a inbound from North Greenville, and that's picked off by Shelton. By Young, however, goes up, but is fouled on the shot.
And this is what Southern Wesleyan just needs to keep on doing. They've been stepping up their defense in the second half. So if they can turn those turnovers into points, then they've got a real chance here.
Young cashes in one there. Only her 3rd point of the night. 0 from the field, 0 for 4. Second one is round on around and back in. But Southern Wesleyan gonna have to find something on offense. Their second leading scorer is still on the bench after the concussion protocol. Rogers from deep is rebounded, and that shot right there by Shelton is in and good. Southern Wesleyan gonna have to try and find the hands of Jessica Sparks. 14 points from the field. As Williams' shot is no good, but she's fouled.
That puts the Warriors in the bonus. And Shelton now with 4 personal fouls.
Too quick right after a sub in.
So Southern Wesleyan already in the bonus with still over 7 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter.
And that could end up being a huge difference. Anisha Williams with her 9th of the night, looking to become the 3rd Warrior with 10. And will. A foot on the line, passed out by Shelton. Donahue finds Rogers under the basket. That one's off the window and in. Now Howard back to Williams, down 10 of the Warriors. Young finds Williams. Now Mahone with it, back to Williams. 12 on the clock. Now that shot by Mahone is in and good. Hughes pivots, gives it off to Rogers and hands right back. Now that pass intercepted from Shelton. Mahone gives up to Sherman, back to Mahone, is picked off by Hughes and then tossed back in, stolen away under the basket by Mahone for 2, who was also fouled on the shot. Not a great sequence right there by the North Greenville Crusaders.
Yeah, tried to do the right thing. The ball was heading out of bounds. She tried to bounce it off. She tried to bounce it off of Southern Wesleyan, but it was then caught for an easy basket plus the foul. The Warriors right back in it.
And one is completed.
I think we're getting
a timeout right here from Southern Wesleyan. Interesting move. Had a run going your way. Calling a timeout to try and draw something up here. But still, doesn't look like Richardson's going to come back into the game anytime soon. Still sitting on the edge of the bench. And the likes of Sherman, Mahone, and Williams stepping up for the Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Now this timeout a gift also for the North Greenville squad. A chance to draw something up offensively, as well as try and figure out how to slow down this run. We've hit on it already. It's going to come down to Karen Donahue whether or not she's going to do something for this North Greenville squad. Already sitting at 26 points on the night, 9 rebounds, 3 assists to pair along with that. 10 of 17 from the field, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Anna Shelton starting to show her presence, 4 of 7 from the field for 8 points, but also 4 fouls. And the big shock of the night, Cameron Carter, 0 of 6 from the field, 0 points. Now Hughes tries to go through the defense, finds Rogers back out to Shelton. Tries to bounce pass into Donahue, but is unsuccessful. Now Sherman to Williams. And a travel call right there on Mahone. A successful play, but Coach Willis Holiday's got to be a little frustrated for this North Greenville team. Both teams still eyeing their 4th win on the season, 3rd win in the conference. Loser of this game falls into a 3-way tie for 9th place. And a foul called offensively. A violation, however, no foul on the board. Williams. Over to Mahone. Hard defense by Carter. Tries to go for the steal unsuccessfully. Casey Howard giving it off at the top of the key to Sherman. Sherman finds Howard, back to Sherman. Sherman's floater is no good, tipped up. Finds Williams all alone, and her shot is no good as well. Karen Donahue with her 10th board of the night, securing a double-double. She has it. Back to Shelton playing with 4 fouls. Donahue trying to direct some traffic. Screen with Brazil. Takes the shot, is no good. Picked up by Casey Howard. Now the Warriors down 5. Trying to draw something up. Creates some space in the lane. Howard out to Mahone. Stares up Donahue. Over her and in to cut the game to 1 possession. Savannah Hughes finds Donahue somehow into there. Carter for 3, in and out. Had a lid on the rim for her all night. Now Sherman. Shot is no good, but wrestles for the rebound and forces Brazil to make a mistake. Now Jessica Sparks, the leading scorer for the Warriors, checking back into the game as a timeout is called. I believe that one to be the under 5 timeout for the 4th quarter. So Alan, we're sitting here 59-56, North Greenville down 11 early, is up as much as 10. If you're Willis Holiday, what are you calling here?
I think you just have to keep it away from Southern Wesleyan. The Warriors are playing a very aggressive defense right now. They've done that pretty much the entire second half. You just got to try to keep it away from them. As soon as they're coming up to you, you got to get rid of the ball and get a good shot up. If Southern Wesleyan can keep this defense together, keep them going, they're going to have a real chance to come back.
Yeah, we've seen comebacks from both sides tonight. Real back and forth kind of game. North Greenville had a lead as big as 14. Southern Wesleyan a lead as big as 11. But Southern Wesleyan still 17 of 66 from the field for 25.8%. North Greenville 25 of 63 for 39.7. Three-point field goals kind of evened out. 25 for SWU, 24 for North Greenville. That pass is in on the inbound. Sherman stares down Donahue off the glass and a little too strong as Shelton picks up that rebound. Shelton, her 4th rebound of the night. Donahue cuts through everybody and is fouled on the shot. Donahue realizing she had 3 players on her, so more than likely she was going to get fouled if she went up for anything. That shot's in and good. Second one's good as well. Now Williams staring down Saunders. Donahue blocks Sherman, but fouls her in the process. That'll be her 3rd. First shot is in and good. That one's off, but a foul on the floor.
Yeah, St. Trentham pushed off just a little bit trying to recover that ball, and it's going to be more free throws.
And North Greenville had a very good situation on that miss. Casey Howard wasn't going to be able to check back into the game on the missed free throw, but this second set is going to give her the opportunity.
Just a quick reminder, men's game immediately following the women's game. We'll go offline just for a few minutes, but we'll be back probably around 7:15, somewhere around then.
Second shot's in and good to cut it to 61-59. North Greenville still leading. Now Sparks sitting on the bench. And we've tacked it already. Karen Donahue, the leading scorer for North Greenville. One of only 2 players on the North Greenville squad.
And an offensive foul.
Yeah, Hughes threw up her knee trying to get that one, but just to finish the thought, Donahue, one of only 2 players, Kathleen Rogers, the other, in double figures for North Greenville. And now 4 different Warriors sitting in double figures. Sparks sitting at 16, Mahone at 12, and Richardson and Williams both at 10. As that shot is good to tie it at 61. Now Carter with it, still yet to score on the night.
Yeah, again, she is North Greenville's biggest 3-point threat.
Pass out to Saunders, is fouled on the shot by Mahone.
Still 3 timeouts remaining for the Crusaders, 2 left for Southern Wesleyan. I think we're going to see several of them for these next 2 minutes.
Could end up getting into a foul game. North Greenville already sending Southern Wesleyan to the bonus. Southern Wesleyan not wanting to get into that situation already has 2 fouls to get, or a foul to give, before they send them to the bonus. 1 and 1 from the line. Trentham picks up the rebound. Now Saunders cuts through everybody, tries to cut it back off glass, will not. Trentham, offensive rebound again. Now Carter with it. Up and finally scores her first 2 of the night. Little Dr. J action. Williams. Shot is no good, but picked off the back by Young. And Saunders wondering how she got called for a foul on that.
Yeah, I think they wanted to travel before the foul, but didn't get it.
That'll be the third foul on number 23. Young's first shot is good. Now Casey Howard subbing back into the game for the Warriors. Second shot is good as well. North Greenville still leading by 1, less than 2 minutes to go. Quick pass up to Saunders. Saunders finds some time in the lane, cuts out, but is whistled for a charge.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Got rid of the ball right before she made contact, but
and that's something that the NCAA has been more attuned to in recent years, trying to determine between blocks and charges.
yeah, that's her 4th foul as well.
So now North Greenville, 2 players in extreme foul trouble, one of them still on the floor. That shot's ending good to take the lead for Southern Wesleyan from number 12, Young. Now pass up quick to Donahue. Donahue 3, just short. Mahone comes up with the rebound. Williams. Trying to slow the pace. Runs into Saunders. Finds Mahone. Mahone back out to Sherman. Sherman along 2 is off. And picked up by Saunders. 52 seconds on the clock, down 1. Finds Donahue in traffic. Out to Trenum. Trenum trying to bounce under. No tip.
And for the Crusaders, number 12.
Yeah, Trenum tried to get it inside to Carter for an easy layup, but just couldn't quite connect.
Now Southern Wesleyan calling a timeout to draw up a play. Try and make this 2 possessions, or at least a 3-point game, make it harder for North Greenville. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, you wouldn't have expected this kind of action from the Warriors, leading scorer and their point guard. Hitting the deck hard as the 3rd quarter expired, went through concussion protocol, has not re-entered this game, and will not.
By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to Corey Bowen working the scoreboard here tonight. Our graphics are now automated. Don't know if anybody's noticed that, but there's a few things that aren't on the scoreboard here in the gym that he has to keep up with for us. One of those is timeouts, and as you see the timeout bars, he's doing a good job keeping up with that. So
good guy.
Appreciate him.
Good guy.
making our life easier.
Out to Young and back to Williams. It's one less guy to worry about working.
Oh yeah.
Now Williams trying to stare down Saunders. Saunders has to play careful. Now Sparks is ripped away by Trenum. Donahue back to Trenum. Shot clock is off. Can hold for the final shot and the win.
Coach Holliday not wanting the timeout. He's letting them play.
And back to Donahue. Donahue caught in a trap, and a timeout's called.
There it is.
And that's why you're not going to call a timeout right there. But now 8.7 on the clock. In the half court, has a chance to draw up a play to take the lead. Only the 2nd timeout North Greenville for the entire game.
I'll tell you what, we were expecting a hard-fought game. These 2 teams pretty close to the same record, and that's what we've gotten here tonight.
Yeah, 3-9 for Southern Wesleyan, 3-10 for North Greenville. Both 2-4 in the conference. Only reason Southern Wesleyan is technically ahead of North Greenville is the half game they haven't played yet. So pretty even across the board. Southern Wesleyan having a fairly good win against Limestone, to say the least. In overtime, North Greenville just falling to the same team, 2nd in the conference currently in their last outing. But this season already, we've seen a lot of hard-fought action from this North Greenville squad on the home court. And more than our fair share of games have come down to situations like this.
Yeah, we've already had 2 games going to double overtime, and you know, this team got off to a rough start at the beginning of the season, just weren't very competitive at first, but they have quickly turned that around.
They've finally figured something out.
And that's what we saw last year. They struggled at the first half of the season, then really got it together in the second half.
Right, 8.7 on the clock. Saunders inbounds to Donahue. Donahue spins off, up and no good. Tipped around, found her again. Carter for 3, it's good! Cameron Carter, who didn't score until the 4th quarter, picks up 5 here quickly to take a 2-point lead for the Crusaders. Still 1.4 on the clock. Southern Wesleyan calls their 3rd timeout of the game.
And yeah, Carter, we just said it, she struggled through most of this game, but she can come through in the clutch. She has proven that time and time again over the last couple of years. She does it again there.
Yeah, she's become Miss Clutch here for this North Greenville team, and it's taken a lot out of her. Was a starter most of her career, now playing a bench role, and it's taken a lot for her to adjust to that. But Donahue now the floor general, the leader from the starting perspective, averaging over 39 minutes a game. Just had to find a new role in the system, and it's worked out for her.
So now if you're the Warriors, do you try for something inside, or do you go for a 3 to win it?
Well, you're looking at number 5, Jessica Sparks, 5th in the conference in 3-point field goal percentage at over 40%. So if you want to go for the win, she's your option.
Yeah, the problem is, you know, that's who North Greenville's going to key in on.
But she's only 2 of 8 from beyond the arc tonight.
No timeouts left.
No timeouts. And she finds it at the buzzer.
And that's too easy. Wow.
Trenum misjudged the pass, trying to go for the steal. Left Sparks open for the easy layup. Now 67-67. We're heading to overtime.
Yeah, nothing new.
Been there, done that.
So this will be the 3rd game for North Greenville to go into overtime.
And they've only played, what, 4 here on the home court?
Yeah, something like that.
4 or 5.
And both of those games went into double. We'll see what the case is here.
It's going to be interesting to see. Typically in the game of college basketball, it's a lot harder to score in the overtime period, only playing 5 minutes at a time. But 67 all with North Greenville, 2 players sitting at 4 fouls and easy to foul out. So now we're going to set up for a tip once again. Elizabeth Trenum staring up Tatiana Mahone to begin this overtime period. And overtime is underway. Shelton sitting with 4 fouls. Dribbles it up, gives it off to Donahue. Donahue back to Shelton. 3 is taken, a little too strong. Rebound picked up by Williams. Anissa Williams up the court. Passes off to Sherman. Sherman travels. But just an interesting note to keep track of, Alan. Fouls carry over from the 4th quarter through the overtime period. So the Crusaders have already sent Southern Wesleyan to the bonus. Still a foul to give for the Warriors.
Yeah, it could certainly come into play.
And that rebound is picked up offensively, but tied up.
Ball.
And the first jump ball goes Southern Wesleyan's way in the overtime period.
In for the Crusaders, number 32, Cameron Carter.
Now Carter, who played hero in the fourth quarter to even send it here,
Number 4,
subs into the game. Williams, who's up to Mahone on a low pass. Mahone finds Casey Howard. Tight ropes it inbounds. Young now with it. Gives off to Williams. Deep 2 is no good. Offensively rebounded by Mahone, but that one's good. First points of overtime go to the Warriors. Saunders hands off to Schmidt. Back to Donahue. Donahue takes a 2. Too strong. Picked up by Mahone. But stolen away by Kylie Schmidt, and now a jump ball is going to go North Greenville's way.
Yeah, great job by Kylie Schmidt not giving up on that play. Continued to bring pressure.
Looks like they're actually going to call a timeout right there.
She called a timeout. Nice job.
Called a timeout. That's going to give an inbound play to North Greenville. Good play by number 11. And just something else to keep track of right there. Extra timeout added per overtime period. North Greenville taking their extra allotment right there. Still has 2 more to work with. Now with 27 seconds on the shot clock, North Greenville has an opportunity to draw up a play and try and score their first points of the extra period. Now Carter with the inbound. Finds Donahue. Donahue under to Trenum. Trenum takes the shot. Too strong. Was wide open. Mahone off to Sparks. Back to Mahone. To Williams. Back to Howard and back to Mahone at the top of the key again. Good ball movement here by Southern Wesleyan as Young takes it up against Saunders. And it's blocked, but it's fouled. And that'll be the 5th on Tatiana Saunders as Willis Holiday is begging for a jump ball.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late call, but apparently enough contact was made to draw it. And as you said, she is fouled out.
Done for the game. And it seemed more like the first block wasn't the problem, it was coming down afterwards. Kind of a double pump action from Young to try and get it in.
Kathleen Rogers re-enters the game.
Second leading scorer for the North Greenville squad, sitting at 10 points. Behind 28 from Karen Donahue. First one is in and out. No good.
Now I think Kathleen Rogers realized that she was getting 2 no matter what. She kind of ran right into the center of the free throw line when that happened.
Now, no good right there, and that'll get rid of the foul to give for Southern Wesleyan. Casey Howard whistled for her first of the game. Next foul will send North Greenville to the bonus. Now Kathleen Rogers hands off to Carter. Tries to find Donahue. Bounced out to Shelton, back to Carter now. Carter. Pass tipped by Young. Now North Greenville having to play off the sideline with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rogers. Bounced. Stays in bounds somehow. Now Southern Wesleyan races to the basket. Easy layup to take a 4-point lead. Now Rogers. Finds Schmidt. There's a foul called.
And there it is, both teams now in the bonus.
Jessica Sparks whistled for the foul. Now Kylie Schmidt. In and good. North Greenville now 7 of 8 from the stripe. Much better percentage, but much less frequent from the line. Only the 9th free throw coming up here for North Greenville, as opposed to the 32 taken by Southern Wesleyan. 23 successfully. Schmidt knocks down both. And Shelton's going to come in for Schmidt with 4 fouls. Now North Greenville pressing. Just over 2 minutes to play. Now Sherman finds Mahone. And that shot's in and good. Clinging to a 2-possession lead are the Warriors. Now Hughes passes off to Shelton. Shelton finds Trenum all alone under the basket. It's up and in. Zedelhoff just didn't see that Trenum had spun behind her. Now Sparks trying to waste some time. Run down the clock. Oh, and a foul's going to be called right there on the rebound. Mahone kind of went for the legs on Carter, but comes up the one hurt.
And now Carter going to be in foul trouble with her 4th. She'll stay in the game, though, it looks like.
Carter and Shelton both playing with 4 fouls. Mahone's first is good. For her 17th point of the game. That free throw is in and out. Shelton coming over with a rebound, still 1 possession. And a foul is called. Looks like they're going to whistle Mahone. Her second. That'll send Shelton to the line for 2. And Mahone and Sparks, the ones that are really starting to show out for this Warriors team. Mahone sitting at 17, Sparks is up to 20, both of which on the floor. Shelton's first free throw is in and out. Converts on the second. Now Mahone racing up the floor. Passes off, and Schmidt tips that one out before Sparks can find it behind the line.
That's a nice job by Schmidt. Sparks would have had a wide open shot from 3-point territory had that not happened.
It was a gamble. She went for it. She could have played defense. Ended up going for that one instead. Mahone's shot is in. Hook shot. Now 60 seconds to play. Schmidt. Passes off to Hughes. Back to Schmidt. Back to Donahue. Donahue takes a 3. That one rattles out, but Schmidt finds it. Clean block by Sparks. And now the foul game begins.
Yeah, all of Hayes Gymnasium wanted a foul earlier, but couldn't quite get it. Good block.
From what I can tell, all clean, all ball. This is going to send Jessica Sparks to the line for only her 3rd and 4th free throws of the game. Perfect from it so far. And that shot will push Southern Wesleyan to a 5-point advantage, 47 seconds to play. Casey Howard checking back into the game.
Timeout.
As North Greenville takes their timeout. So now sitting here, Southern Wesleyan leading 78-72 in overtime, 47.2 seconds remaining in the game. Just looking at a few things, a few people to note. A double-double by Karen Donahue, 28 points and 11 rebounds. Kathleen Rogers tacking in 10 points of her own. 9 from Ayanna Shelton as well for North Greenville. Southern Wesleyan, 22 from Sparks, 19 from Mahone, 10 apiece from Richardson and Williams. Tack on Young and Sherman's 8 apiece and 1 from Howard. Now 46 seconds to play. Donahue passes out to Schmidt. Schmidt finds Hughes. Hughes takes the shot. And that one rattles in. Now North Greenville having to play some tough defense here. If they can come up with a stop, they'll have a chance. Now fought for, and a foul called. And if that's on Carter, that's her 5th. It looks like they're going to whistle Schmidt instead. Her 3rd. And that shot pushes it to a 2-possession game. As Kathleen Rogers comes into the game, a 3-point threat for North Greenville. And a 5-point advantage for the team in blue. Now coming up quick, Donahue scores her 30th. Now still a 3-point deficit to deal with 16.8 on the clock. And this is the toughest situation you have as a head coach. You're down, but you don't have the ball.
Yeah, obviously you're going to see some pressure for the Crusaders coming out of this timeout. If they don't get it and Southern Wesleyan inbounds it cleanly, then you're going to see a foul, and Crusaders just hoping the Warriors miss some free throws.
And you'd be right to believe that that's not a bad strategy.
I mean, it's all you can do right now.
It's all you can do anyway, but Southern Wesleyan 73% from the line, not doing their best.
Yeah, it's not a terrible percentage, but
all right, 16.8 on the clock.
oh yeah.
And now stolen away, but fouled.
And the Hayes crowd not liking it.
The bench can't believe it. Seemed like a clean foul, a clean steal.
I was going to say.
Seemed like a clean steal right there on the inbound. But foul, fighting for it on the ground. Now Williams trying to ice it.
Yeah, it's certainly still not over. Even if both of these free throws are made, North Greenville still has enough time to get a quick bucket or maybe a 3-pointer and foul again, but obviously it's crunch time if you're North Greenville.
Yeah, the only problem, Williams, the best free throw shooter on the team, 10 of 10 tonight. And both are a success. North Greenville are going to have to run up the court and find something. Now Carter,
and that's going to do
loses it. Now Rogers with a desperation foul. But that's going to pretty much do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a frustrating loss for the Crusaders. Obviously, they were in position to win this game in regulation and just gave up a way too easy bucket as the buzzer went off to send this game to overtime.
Yeah, but you have to give credit to the Southern Wesleyan side. Went through a lot of adversity, blew an 11-point lead early in the game.
Yeah, this Southern Wesleyan team's talented. I mean, they beat Limestone. That
should say enough.
That says something.
Lost to Converse, kind of a blemish on the record, but they have all the potential in the world. And now North Greenville will just dribble it out, and Southern Wesleyan will steal an 84-77 victory here in overtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming this morning on the radio.
Southern Wesleyan facing some adversity throughout the game, blew an 11-point lead early. Lost their, at the time, leading scorer, number 20, Brianna Richardson, to a concussion, it seems like. Went through the protocol. But that'll do it here. North Greenville falls to Southern Wesleyan in the women's game. And we'll have to get ready for the men's game, but just a few stats to end the game on. In an overtime win for Southern Wesleyan, 24 of 78 from the field for 30.8%, 4 of 16 from beyond the arc for 25%, and 76.2% from the stripe, 32 of 42. Lost the rebounding battle, 62 to 46. North Greenville dominant on the boards, but turned it over 16 more times than Southern Wesleyan, 30 to 14. North Greenville blowing a 14-point lead and a very late lead in the fourth quarter. Shot 30 of 76 from the field, 39.5%, 8 of 30 from beyond the arc for 26.7, 9 of 11 from the stripe, 81.8. Just a few other players to look through. Karen Donahue leading the way for the Crusaders, 30 points, 11 rebounds, tacking on 4 of assists, 11 of 23 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3 to lead her team. 10 points from Kathleen Rogers, 9 from Shelton, 7 from Trenham, and 6 from Brazil, to go along with 5 from Carter, all of them in the fourth quarter, 3 from Saunders, 2 from Averett, and 2 from Schmidt. Southern Wesleyan, on the other hand, facing a lot of adversity of their own. Zedeloff picks up 8 rebounds. Howard with 1 point and 6 rebounds. 10 points and 4 rebounds for Richardson, 16 points and 7 for Williams, to go along with 3 assists, 19 points and 6 boards for Mahone, 8 points and 3 rebounds for Young, and 8 points and 2 rebounds for Sherman. But player of the game has to easily go to number 5, Jessica Sparks, number 22 points from the field to lead her team, and especially started showing out after Richardson hit the deck and didn't play the fourth quarter or overtime. So that'll do it here from Hayes Gymnasium for the women's game. 84-77 the final. Southern Wesleyan takes it in overtime. We'll be right back for the men's game in just a little bit here on the North Greenville Sports Network.